Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out my channel. This is TT Tommy's Travels. Today I'm going to do something that I said I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to just do a talking video, just sitting here spouting my opinion or whatever, but haven't done a video for a while, been sick, and went to the doctor, and I figured I would do a quick video of the cost of medical care here in the Philippines. So anybody wanting to travel, come to the Philippines, kind of give you an idea of what to expect as far as medical care here in the Philippines. So thanks again for checking out my channel. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, ring the bell for notifications, and thanks for coming along for this short video. Okay, hey YouTubers, this is Tom with Tommy's Travels. Um, been sick, was getting dizzy, lightheaded, like in a fog. It's been going on for a while now. Also, have been urinating a lot, so wanted to have it checked out. So went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago. Didn't wear a mask when I was at the hospital. The very next day, I ended up getting sick, bad cough, runny nose. So, but anyway, this is my experience with medical care here in the Philippines. Now, one thing you want to consider when you're traveling abroad, if it's just for short term, you might want to look into traveler's insurance. But if you're going to be living in a foreign country for any length of time, you could get expat insurance, which I did look into, but it's kind of pricey. Another option would be self insured, which is basically what I have been doing. If in order to do that, you want to make sure that you have some money saved up in your account for emergencies, medical care, if you have to fly back to the States or whatever on the last minute, that you have money to cover it. Here in the Philippines, it's basically strictly a cash basis. Um, if you go to the hospital, if you were to get admitted to the hospital, I've heard conflicting stories, but basically you cannot leave the hospital until you pay your bill. Now, I've also heard that no, they can't keep you uh, against your will, but it's better just to have the money to pay for everything before you have an emergency. Um, so I went to the doctor, and like I said, pretty much everything here is a cash basis. The hospital you can pay with a credit card, but as far as the doctor or anything like that, it's basically strictly cash. I had a colonoscopy and endoscopy about a year and a half ago. I had to pay cash for well, I paid cash for the whole thing, but I had to pay cash for the doctor and the anesthesiologist. She did give me the option if I wanted her to administer the anesthesia, but I elected to have an actual anesthesiologist do it. So that was two charges. And then you had the hospital charges for all the supplies and the equipment and everything. That could have been paid with a credit card, but I just paid cash for everything. A colonoscopy and endoscopy here in the Philippines, with all the lab work and everything, it was about $400 US. I'm basically going off of memory because this was a year and a half ago. So very inexpensive compared to the States. Now, when I just went to the doctor, I went to see my cardiologist, and the charge for the cardiologist was 800 pesos, which is $14.34 at the current exchange rate. Back when I was working and I had insurance, I had to copay for doctor's visits and for a specialist. Just for me to go see my cardiologist was more expensive than that, just out of my copay. But that was a total cost here of $14.34 to see the cardiologist for 800 pesos. The chest X-ray, I had a. She wanted to do a whole bunch of tests because of the symptoms, and I did have an echocardiogram done when I went back to the States back in August, but I wanted to have another one done here because of some issues with my defibrillator. My left ejection fracture was really low, and they suggested that within 6 months I have another one done. It's actually been about 8 months, but so that was another reason why I went to see my cardiologist here. But anyway, I had a chest X-ray done. That was 315 pesos, which is $5.64 USD. I had blood work. They had like 3 or 4 different types of blood work done on me. One of the blood work was 1,165 Filipino pesos, which was $20.88. I had another one that was 2,235 Philippine pesos. That was $40.05. I had another one that was 2,095 pesos, which is $37.54. I also had a urinalysis done. That was 165 pesos. That was $2.96. I had a abdominal ultrasound done. They wanted to check my spleen, liver, gallbladder, all that stuff, because of the excessive urination. So an abdominal ultrasound was 2,575 pesos, which is $46.14. And then I had my echocardiogram done, and that was 3,760 pesos, which is a total of $67.38. So my total out-of-pocket expenses for the doctor's visit with my cardiologist, which I will have to go back once I get all of my results. I'm still waiting for the echocardiogram results to come. But the doctor's visit to the cardiologist, a chest X-ray, multiple blood work done, a urinalysis, abdominal ultrasound, and an echocardiogram cost me a total of $216.93. So that's why insurance is, to me, was not an option. I looked into it, and prices were like 300 to 600 USD a month for insurance. I'm not sure how well that paid or what that covered, but I just went and had all this work done and a doctor's visit, and it was a little over $200. Now, if you get admitted to the hospital, it's going to be a little bit more. I know I have a friend who was admitted to the hospital with a heart condition. He was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days, and I think his total cost was around 50,000 pesos, which is about $1,000, less than $1,000 United States dollar. So to me, the insurance is not really worth it. You can pretty much, as long as you have the money in your account, just pay as you go. It's a lot less expensive. But that was my experience here this last week with the doctor. Like I said, I had all this work done at the hospital for a little over $200. One thing in the Philippines, you make an appointment, go see your doctor. Then if the doctor wants you to have any work done, you have to go to the business office, you get checked in, then you have to go to the cashier, and you have to pay for all of this testing before they will even test you. After you pay, then you go to the lab or wherever you're going to go, and then you get your test done, and then you go back 3 or 4 hours. Usually I would just go back the next day to pick up your results. You take your results back to your doctor. Unlike the United States, you go get the test work, you get checked into at the hospital, they do the lab work, they bill insurance, they send the information directly to your doctor. Here, you get checked in, you pay, you go get the tests, you go back to get the results, and then you take that physically back to your own doctor. But it's like the Philippines, everything makes it a lot harder than it needs to be. It's pretty much an all-day thing. If you go get any type of lab work done, because you go to the business office, you sit, you wait for your turn, you take care of that. You go to the cashier, you sit, you wait your turn, then you pay. Then you go to the lab, you sit, you wait for your turn, you get the blood work done, and then you go back, you sit and wait to pick up your results. So it's very time consuming, but as far as cost, very, very very low compared to what you would pay for the United States. Like I said, my doctor visit here was 800 pesos. And I believe, and it's been a while since I worked and had insurance, but I think it was either $10 or $20 copay to see a doctor, and then it was either 20 or 50, I'm not sure, that I had to pay out of pocket to see a specialist. So as you can see, I saw a specialist, a heart doctor, cardiologist, and it was 800 pesos, which again is $14.34 to see a cardiologist. Actually, I take that back. She also did a EKG when I was in her office, and that was an extra 400 pesos, so an extra $14, $15 US. So not very expensive here in the Philippines for medical care. Now, if you need to have some specialized tests done, I'm in Dumaguete. You might have to go to Cebu or Manila. I have a defibrillator. I needed to have that checked out about 2 years ago, and I had to go to Cebu to have that done. They couldn't do it here in Dumaguete. But basically, pretty much everything you do here, they can take care of. I went to Silliman University Hospital, which is a teaching hospital, and my cardiologist is like the head of the cardiology department here, and she's very good. So this kind of gives you an idea of medical care here in the Philippines. Any questions, please ask in your comments. But again, thanks for coming along. Thanks for checking out my video. And hopefully there'll be more to come. Like I said, I apologize. I've been sick, so I haven't really been doing any traveling or anything. But I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.